Our next guest is no stranger to Talk Pittsburgh. He appeared on our show back in 2023 when he was performing at the Roxy Inn.
Well, he's coming back to the Steel City for a concert tomorrow, and we are so happy to have musician and actor Noah Reid with us today. Hi, Noah.
Hey guys, how are you?
Oh, we're wonderful. I know the last time you were here, you were touring with the band, but this time around, you're touring on your own. What is it like touring solo?
Oh, it's not as social for sure.
Oh.
It's more of a microscope. I think I definitely was much more nervous heading into this run of shows, but started off last night in Kent, Ohio, and it's great. I mean, I feel like it's like going back to the start of where I started writing songs. Like all of the songs that I've ever written have started with just me and an instrument, and so it's kind of cool to go back to that place of the kind of the origin story of these tunes and the making of them and the stories that kind of I don't know, brought me to where I am now. So it feels like a real exchange between myself and the audience, and yeah, performing live is just, I don't know, it's one of my favorite things to do. Even though it brings up all kinds of horrible insecurities, it's still I think it's still a really valuable way to spend your time.
It's good to feel uncomfortable though, even when you're a professional and you know what you're doing, and you're a beautiful singer and songwriter, obviously, but it's still like, it kind of gives you that little like oomph that you didn't know that you needed, right?
That's when you do your best work.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you got to stretch yourself out of your comfort zone. And I feel like, I mean, most of my songs have to do with trying to figure something out. That's when I'm sitting down at a piano or with a guitar and trying to work something out. So it's nice when I get to share that. It feels to me like I'm kind of on the other side of having tried to figure it out, and now I get to share what I've learned about myself. Maybe that's useful to somebody else, and I think that, the vulnerability of songwriting and performing songs is can be a really healing and soothing situation, as well as just entertaining. I just like to have fun, and make people laugh and occasionally feel something else.
Yeah, I know the last time you were on the show, I missed you and Heather spoke, and you were just talking about the depth of your lyrics. How do you find new inspiration for material?
I mean, everyday life. I think, I think if you take a walk and you encounter, 20 people, every single one of those people has something going on in their day that they could tell you a long story about. So I feel like that's the incredible thing about art. It's this reflection of the human experience and trying to make sense of our kind of our internal and external crunchiness. And also moments of like supreme beauty. I mean, I'm a father of a 2.5-year-old, and I'm full of stories every day about just like what he did, So I feel like there's no shortage of that. It's really just figuring out, the time to sit down and filter it through and make sense of it all. That's the time is in short supply, but the stories and the emotions and all that stuff, that just keeps on rolling.
Yeah.
So many of us fell in love with you on Schitt's Creek, and of course we got to see Patrick perform. So was he always meant to be a musician of sorts, or musical, or did you write that in?
I don't know. I mean, I think you'd have to ask Dan Levy about that, but I think probably what happened is, I released my first record, Songs from a Broken Chair, like right between when we were finished shooting season 3 and when we started shooting season 4. And Dan came out to my album release, which was this like small show at this place called Burdock in Toronto. And I could see his glasses in the back of the room. And I was like, oh, I think Dan made it to the show. And then sure enough, the next season had this like vulnerable musical moment. So I feel like maybe he got an idea that night. I don't know. I'm not sure if it was always planned, but I'm definitely grateful that it came around. I thought that was a nice thing we got to do.
Yeah, it was. And really quickly, we're so glad to have you back here in Pittsburgh. What are you looking forward to the most? Good thing you missed the storms that we had earlier this week.
I was looking at that. Seems really wild. I'm just excited. I mean, I've always loved Pittsburgh. I'm a huge sports fan, and what a wild sports culture you guys have there, but also it's just like such a beautiful city, the iconic bridges, and there's a feeling to Pittsburgh that I embrace and that I really want to experience more of. So I've only ever been there for a day. So now it'll be nice to get one more day in Pittsburgh and meet some people. I just love meeting people after the shows and talking to them and finding out a little bit about them. So yeah, I'm excited to play. Really excited to play.
We can't wait to have you back in our town. Thank you for taking some time to talk to us. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. All right, Noah will be performing tomorrow night at the Carnegie Library Lecture Hall in Oakland. The show begins at 8 in the evening. We're going to have more information and a link to listen to Noah's music on our website.
He is so nice. I love talking with him.
Yes.
I really do.